Hi, I'm Sylvia, and this is Shivis Planet, Food Systems Practice, where I explore how organic and sustainable food companies are navigating through real world sustainability. And today we are here on the booth of Good Mood with Tobias, and we are going to shoot him with 4 questions. But first of all, please, Tobias, present yourself.
I'm Tobias from goodmoodfood. I was the one having the idea first of the company of goodmoodfood in 2009. We're right now developed with a team of 15 people, importing and serving outstanding good different cacao qualities from around the world, I would say, in a short version.
And I would like to let everybody know how I met your company, which I'm I'm very proud to find one of the most important um, food that is producing my original land in Peru. So I got to know this company due to researching where I can find very good cacao for doing ceremonial cacao and developing cacao ceremonies in Germany. So that's how I arrived to Good Mood, and then found like a huge portfolio of different products that are very healthy, mostly for women hormonal cycle, like the cocoa aminos that I consume all the time because soya is not very good for women. So, anyways, I will shoot you with 4 questions about sustainability because I want that more companies follow the vision of having a sustainable business. And the first question is like, what does sustainability mean for your company in a day-to-day decisions beyond the certifications that you have?
For me, right from the beginning, was really important part of sustainability that the products I wanted to work together with um, will be produced as much as possible at origin. For example, in the cacao, that means I love to order cacao, for example, from Indonesia. That was the first source I started to buy cacao or import cacao from Bali. I knew there's a producer that produce from cacao that was even grown in permaculture, not in monoculture. That was is also for me part of sustainability because we take care for the nature, for the environment of the like people that work growing the cacao. And the next step is then the value growth at origin. For me means that we process as much as possible of the cacao there, not just grow the cacao pods, harvest the beans, dehydrate, or no, not dehydrate, like ferment them and dry them. Also then from the dried cacao bean, process it to a full cacao block that is even packed in the packaging. And that packed cacao comes on a pallet in a ship and comes to Germany, where we sell it to end customers. That's for me a real sustainable and in a way fair trade way of working with cacao or other products. For sure, this makes a product more expensive because processing here in Europe or Germany with machinery is cheaper than processed like than hand processed at origin. Also because we import packed products that need more volume on a pallet is also more expensive.
Thank you. Then the second shot, where in your value chain is it hardest to balance sustainability with the commercial and operation reality?
I think the most challenging part still, even in that way how we work, is the part of the farmers, I would say, because they are the first, or others said the last in the supply chain. For me, they're the first because they start growing products, and that's the hardest to control because they're the most. So there's always a certain point where you have to trust the person you work together with. In that way, if I just told before, I love to buy products that have value growth at origin as most possible. That means they get produced somewhere, needs a machinery, it needs a production facility. And those people that own production facilities for sure have more money than a simple farmer that owns land and has plants. It's more easy to plant, doesn't need that much investment to plant something and to harvest and to grow something. So that's still the most struggling point. But in my experience, you can visit fields, you can visit farmers, you can visit corporations. It's always in the line is trust needed. That's
Yes.
also a thing where you need trust. There, for example, there's certified, like fair certified seals, but I never really trusted in those things because we could realize you pay a lot for the certifications, and on the other side, a lot of money stays in some office areas, and they stay also a lot in offices in Europe or in our world than at the origin. That's why we love to do it more direct in controlling fair pricing, fair treatments. Especially the last 2 years, you can see that easily with the crisis. I think that was really good years for the farmers because they realized that the game changed completely, that they realized there's a much higher demand of cacao, and there came a lot of people directly out to their fields or to their plantations or gardens, how you say that, to buy directly the cacao. Was also a problem for us because it harmed a lot cooperatives that take care for the organic certificates. And a lot of farmers lost their organic certificates because they realized they can sell even for a much higher price than before they could sell to cooperatives that take care for organic certifications for to people that just want conventional cacao.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what I
That's very.
realized the last years. It was really good years for the farmers, but that was for me also a change of the medal to see the other side, that even like the cooperatives have issues or had issues but still have issues. They also invested time, they teach farmers, and they lost the trust of their farmers or the faith or no trusting the cooperatives to sell them. So because the good times with the high price will pass by, and it caused also a lot of destroyment. So what I tell you now is an answer from both perspectives, but this is especially came up or was highlighted the last 2 years in the crisis.
That's very interesting to hear. Now I will shoot you the third question. What is one trade-off you consciously accept to stay aligned with your values and why?
There I would give an answer. We have a lot of varieties of cacao around the world, or we have a lot of sources around the world, or origins of cacao. One of that trade-offs, I would say, is, for example, if you take our Bolivian project, the Bolivian cacao has a really outstanding high price already before the crisis. In the crisis, it increased again, and that's for me the point where we said we stick with that project. We still keep on buying. We didn't know what will happen when we buy the cacao, if we are able to resell that with a much more high price than in the crisis. But the good thing is, customers also were thinking like me, or they also still buy the cacao, and that's the good thing. So that risk to go to do that step, even buy with a much higher price,
Uh-huh.
gives revenue at the end. That a lot of other people or our customers still buy the product.
Great. And the last shot. Give us a nutritional insight about your product.
Nutritional insight, I think for me, most interesting is seeing that from the perspective of handling or dealing with raw cacao. I started the business because I got that new information, like the second wave of raw food that came from California in the beginning, like the thousand years, like around 2007. I got that information about next level raw cacao coming in with raw cacao, with really nice looking, healthy looking food creations. And that's for me, that's why we mostly serve raw cacaos. We just have one, two projects that are roasted. And for me, the most important of the cacao is the tryptophan and theobromine. It's two substances that, if you treat them less with heat and you treat them less with machineries, you have much more in the end product. Um, Especially theobromine and tryptophan take care of, while we digest it, that serotonin and dopamine will be flooded from our brain into the blood system, and that gives us
Yes,
that
interesting.
feeling of happiness, of heart opening,
Of good mood.
of good mood. That's why Good Mood Food is the name of the company, because the name is the program. So that's for me the most important nutrition in the cacao, besides a lot of other second plant nutritions that cacao still has if you don't roast it or treat it too much with machinery.
Yeah. So thank you, Tobias, for your time. And if you want to invite everybody to go to your website and check your amazing products, please feel free. I have seen one cacao powder with mushrooms that I have never tried. I think that's great to
Good that you
substitute coffee.
good that you used the chance here at the trade show to try another product.
Yeah.
Sylvia, thank you for having that talk with you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.